Is there like a goth or punk scene in Korea?
There is, and I've tried really hard. Back home, you could find underground bars that would have like garage band shows, and like even if they were just doing covers of metal or some kind of punk rock things, you could find a place to enjoy live punk rock music. In Korea, it's a very rare day that I can kind of find them. Seoul in Hongdae has the most. I went to one metal festival. It was like 5 bands in one night, but it was like the No Mercy festival to see Korean metal, and it was good, but the culture is so different.
How is it different?
Korea's so polite, like so polite. So in punk or metal shows, in my experience, we would mosh and thrash, and like you wanted to be as close to the gate as possible. It was like you didn't think about it if someone was pushing against you, because they're trying to weave their way through the crowd and get as close as possible. So everyone's kind of like packed in, but you expect it. As long as no one's actively like touching you with their hands, it's completely normal to be like packed into each other. And in Korea, it wasn't even Corona time, and we were 6 feet apart. We were so spread out. And it's not just because there was a smaller crowd, because I've been to small crowded metal concerts in America, and we would still get as close to as possible if we weren't in like the mosh pit. So we didn't know this, that you still give people like space. And me and my sister, it's like a thing. You want to get as close as possible. We really wanted to be at the stage. So we did, and we stood next to another girl, and she was very upset that we stood next to her. And we didn't know at the time, but we just stayed there because we were like, it was fine to us to be like shoulder to shoulder at an event. But she was very uncomfortable, and I think she ended up leaving. She papa-goed on her phone, "You are too close to me." And we were like, oh. So we made her uncomfortable, but I think we tried to shimmy away, but like we were still, in our minds, not touching her skin, so we weren't too close, I guess. You know, people are dancing, but we would like bump into her, and she didn't like it. I went back to other metal concerts afterwards and tried to keep that in mind. They don't quite touch.